Good morning, meteorologist Rod Hill here with
Chris McGinness.
He says his name better than I say my own.
Well, you know, you're still on that Super Bowl high, so we'll let you ride that another 2 minutes.
So
you're done.
I just looked at my computer. 28 degrees at PDX this morning, 27 out in Troutdale. For Portland, I found this hard to believe until somebody brought it to my attention. The first time we've dipped below 30 since November 30th.
And the person that did that was the armchair meteorologist sitting over there in the news cubicle, Drew Carney. We got to give him props for that.
Yeah, he came in saying, what, the coldest morning all winter, I think you said?
He said it feels like the coldest winter morning.
He says it feels like the coldest winter morning, and then I did some checking, you know, after thinking, Drew Carney.
Because we had to verify the facts.
Drew was right.
Good job, he was.
Hey, let's get you.
Of course, anybody that stepped outside this morning probably said that.
Cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, really frosty out.
You needed three of us to tell you that, right?
Clouds coming in. Let's go ahead and just get you really quickly caught up on what's happening today. Clouds coming in. Of course, we started off so cold, it's going to make it tough to get much warmth out of the day. We could struggle just to break 40. You can see the rain building offshore from Washington and now down into Astoria. Futurecast shows that rain slowly making inland progress through the afternoon. Here we are at 3 o'clock. Still not much in Portland, although maybe some sprinkles or light showers possible at that time. Now here we are at 6:30. Still relatively low snow levels being picked up in the Coast Range and over the Cascades. Here we are at 10. Not steady rain, but certainly some rain in the area. And then basically occasional shots of rain, pretty good at times, into tomorrow morning. Notice by tomorrow morning, all the green over the Cascades. That is a snow level in the morning of about 5,500 feet. So cold, dry start. Clouds are here. Rain chances coming in later today. And then we go to rain at times on Wednesday. Notice the warming temperatures the next several days getting all the way up to about 50, 53, or 55. I'm scrolling. Let me bring up Chris McGinness. I'm struggling to find the one graphic that I need.
That you really wanted.
Say something intelligent.
Can we come back to it?
Yeah.
Maybe now would be a good segue since Rod pointed out the end. Do you have it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So the end of your 7-day has us kind of getting back down to the freezing mark again. Today was our third straight day below freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold
we only
mornings.
had 3 days below freezing last month.
Which is
in the month of January.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was ridiculously warm. I think that was the graphic you were looking for.
Yeah, go ahead and talk and let me find it.
That's actually pretty interesting. We want to talk about that, just kind of recapping January, but also what we're looking at right now. I hinted towards this yesterday, but I'm going to take another closer look at this. This is the Climate Prediction Center's outlook for next week that has parts of the Pacific Northwest and that higher probability for getting a little cooler than average. And I think we'll break that down in a second to show you what that could mean in terms of temperatures and any snow chances next week. But
snow chances.
You've got some interesting stats put together on just how
January,
how crazy. Nutso.
So Byron, Director Byron, let's go ahead and switch boxes and go back to the other weather computer if we can. So, you know, January wrapped up just a few days back. It came in, despite that little cold snippet that we had, it came in with the second warmest mean temp. That basically means just average out all the hourly temps, the high and the low. What do you come up with one number? 45.8 degrees. Second warmest we've had at PDX. Those records go back to around 1940. Second warmest low average at 41.4. And Chris mentioned we hardly ever got down to freezing. The sixth warmest high average at just over 50 degrees. Now, here's the deal, and this is what I really found interesting. So January of 1953, still the warmest on record. I believe that's in all categories. Warmest high, warmest low, warmest mean. But if you throw out 53, or if you keep it in there, the rest of the top 5 warmest Januaries have all taken place since 2006. So that basically opens up the discussion that since 2000, in this case since 2006, we've been on a run of having very mild Januaries taken as a whole overall.
It would also be interesting, and maybe this is something we can do offline later, is to see what that may or may not then lead to for the June, July, August outlook.
Right.
Which I think that'd be kind of an interesting thing to look at.
Yeah.
So we go from talking about how warm January was, about 4.5 degrees above normal for the month, to that graphic I showed you a couple minutes ago that shows us getting a little cooler for next week. Rod kind of pointed that out in the 7-day forecast, and I wanted to show you real quick, just a quick run of the models, if you will. And I'm going to fast forward this a little bit on the GFS model to get you into the weekend. You see that bright pink line? That's the freeze line. And both the GFS and the Euro have a couple of days with low temperatures getting down below freezing, which we add those together, we're only 8 days, 9 days into the month at this point, and we'll be already above our sub-freezing total for January in the first couple of days of February. So I guess the point there being that February starts off a little cooler. And I wanted to get back to, what does that mean for snow chances?
Snow chances. I'm all ears.
So just kind of looking at the GFS, there's a couple little weather disturbances that scoot right down along the Pacific Northwest coast, which in theory, at least maybe it's something that we watch. Yeah. But I got out the data here, the records, because I just wanted to see, as we get deeper into February, our chances for measurable snow drop. And they drop significantly.
In terms of climate.
In terms of climate, our average drops. So where I was going with this and why I wanted to bring that out and show you, there's the February numbers and then the March numbers. If it doesn't happen in the next 2 weeks,
the chances really fall off.
Yeah, the chances really drop off. So it's still, it's still winter. We're in the heart of winter. Phil saw a shadow, so allegedly we're going to have an early spring.
He's back in the hole.
He's back in the hole warming up because he's shivering out there. I think the eastern
Groundhog
U.S. is pretty cold right now. So we're going to start off February a little colder after we get through these next couple days, and then. So
real quick, how people sometimes think, you meteorologists, you don't know what you're talking about. I hear that from time to time.
Well, here's the data. I mean, this is past.
But where I'm going with this is, I also, in my record book, I keep track of when our local, I think, hedgehog at the Oregon Zoo, when that hedgehog sees his shadow or not. His record of if it's going to be an early spring or not is actually really bad. And my point is, I think you and I collectively are smarter than the Oregon hedgehog.
We have a job. Still, we may not tomorrow. By the way, if you have a topic that you would like us to tackle here beyond hedgehogs and other rodents that predict the weather, let us know. You can post a message or a comment on Rod or my Facebook page, or of course you can email us. Thanks for watching.
We're smarter.